All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of Once Upon a Game, a special edition where we're playing The Quiet Year with some doggos. So, speaking of good boys and girls that are with us, I'll want to go ahead and throw a bone out to our fellow cast members here for tonight. Let's just go right down the line. Tara, hi.
Hi.
Hi, welcome to the internet. Welcome to Once Upon a Game. Um,
Yay.
yeah. So, long story short, Tara and I were going back and forth about playing this game, and definitely it wanted to include dogs in it, and we finally were able to get this working together, and I'm just so excited and so happy that we're doing this. So,
So
yeah,
excited.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, if people don't know who you are, who are you existentially?
Whoa.
Yeah.
I was unprepared for this question. Hi, I'm Tara. I'm super weird. I do a lot of illustrations and stuff on the Twitters and a lot of community stuff and politics and stuff like that. I'm sort of all over the place.
Oh, that's awesome. Cool. Joining us as well is Dom, the great Dom.
Oh,
Hey.
come on.
Yeah.
Hi, how's it going?
Hey, for those who may not know who you are, who be ye?
I'm a game designer and a doodler, and I just made a game called Flint Hook, and now I'm working at Square Enix now.
Yeah, awesome. Congratulations on Flint Hook.
Thank you.
Yeah. And last but certainly not least, Suzanne.
Yo. Hey guys, I'm Suzanne. I'm brand manager at Roll20, general nerd, and yeah, that's about it.
Cool. Well, that's
Everything.
good.
I'm everything.
You are everything. So, in case this is your first time ever joining on my channel here and seeing what the heck we're doing here, we're playing a GM-less game today. And this is for chat and audience. What does that mean, kind of? Like, what is going on here? So I'm Eric, and I'm going to be the facilitator of the game, which means that I just kind of know the rules, and I'm going to be teaching it. But it doesn't mean that I'm the GM who can like has final authority over everything and have some kind of like master plan. This game is going to be a game where we're all going to be putting stuff together into the creative space. We're going to be collectively crafting a story tonight. This game's going to help us. So that means we're going to be using our ears and listening to what everyone else is saying, as well as using our hands for drawing and stuff. Lastly, because this is a story game and we're using our minds and stuff, there's a chance that we may not fully know each other, and maybe there's something we run the risk of something maybe being problematic, like someone decides to put talking clowns in the game. And maybe talking clowns aren't your bag, right? So in order to prevent that, and to make sure that your safety is concerned here, there's one rule that trumps all other rules of the game, stuff like that. It's just called the X card. If there's something that's problematic or whatever, feel free to just kind of either privately message or just say like, hey, can we actually like not do the things with the clowns? And we'll just retcon that. You don't have to justify it. We believe you. If you're going to come out and say that this is a problem, we will fix it. Even if it's like hour 2 or whatever of this game, we are smart people. We can fix that, right? So are we all cool with the idea of playing with respectfully with one another?
Yes,
Awesome.
please.
Cool. Also, this is a story game thing, so like. It's kind of hard sometimes to come up with like things on the spot. My guess or my best advice for you is to be obvious. Go with the first things in your head. The thing that's obvious to you is not obvious to other people. Most often, it's like scientifically proven. What's in your head is not what everyone else is thinking most of the time. So it's like, don't be afraid to like use tropes and stuff like that whenever you need them. They're there and it's great. Okay. So like that's like the quick little handout thing here. And now let's get ready to actually begin. So we're using Roll20's special module for this game, a game designed by Avery Alder, an awesome, I believe, Canadian game designer. So here's what's going to happen first. Yes. Dom actually has the pamphlet available to see. We are going to have to clear the screen because we're going to be drawing on it now. Now,
Wait,
Wait, let me screenshot it. Let me screenshot
yeah,
it.
screenshot it. Or we could actually, yeah, no, it'd be easiest just to do that. All right, if you screenshotted it for
Yes.
posterity.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Oh, I don't want to get the dice. Let's save the good stuff. I kind of want to save the curse of poop, but... All right, can somebody start deleting all deleting as they can? Okay.
Doing it.
Okay, so the first thing we're
You
going to be
can
doing here
select
is...
stuff.
I know. Suzanne works for Roll20, so she can give
You
me all
can
the
you
sweet
can like
tips.
drag and select a whole bunch of
Yeah.
stuff.
I am, but somehow it's not getting selected, so... Alright. Cool. So here's what we're going to do. It's a quick little easy setup process here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to be talking about our terrain and stuff, about like what's going on with our world. We know we want to do doggos, so maybe we should also take a quick moment to talk about what kind of dogs that we're going to do. We're doing like the game suggests like a group of at least 20 of whatever. The game doesn't specify its people. It's just a thing, right? So perhaps we should like kind of discuss like the terrain and group, and then we can go from there. Alternatively, I can kind of, maybe if we want to think about that for a second, I can read us the opening story to the game, which is sort of like the only fictional thing that the game provides us for the structure at the start, and then that maybe give us some thoughts as well. So for a long time, we were at war with the jackals. Now, finally, we've driven them off, and we're left with this: a year of relative peace. One quiet year with which to build our community up and learn how to work together. Come winter, the frost shepherds will arrive, and we may not survive the encounter. This is when the game will end, but we do not know about that yet. What we know right now is that in this moment, there's an opportunity to build something. Okay? So that's the only framework we have. And we know we're going to do dogs. So I guess maybe, do you want to have like dogs with like human characteristics, or are they actually like homeward bound kind of dogs, or what are we kind of thinking about in terms of like a palette, if you would, of for dogs and stuff?
Maybe kind of a Watership Down type society for dogs.
Okay, sure.
Sounds
So
good.
so actual dogs, but a Watership Down. Are we doing like all one breed? Is it a cornucopia of breeds?
I like cornucopia of breeds. I think
Yeah.
that would be fun.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right. So then actual dogs, a variety of them in some sort of terrain that we have yet to decide. Okay, cool. So that's pretty easy. Maybe the next step, I will actually while we kind of maybe thinking a little bit more about the terrain and anything we want to add, I'm going to kind of go over the tools of the game and what we're doing. So right now, this is a blank page. This is the map that we're going to be playing on. This is where we're going to be drawing, and we're going to be updating it with our interactions as the game plays. It will change, and it will serve as sort of a artifact of the game when we're done. Okay. Over here, these are the dice. These are called project dice in this game. We don't roll them randomly and determine things. Instead, they are really just countdown markers to show when projects get completed, because during this game, we will be doing projects. All right. The next thing to do is up here, these tokens with swords on them. These are not canonical. The canonical game uses skulls, but I didn't have any skull tokens. So these are your contempt tokens. Contempt tokens represent tension and frustration that might arise in the community. Okay, and I will explain a little bit of that in detail as well in just a little bit. So now that I've kind of went over some other like kind of explanations of the different tools and things that are on screen here, do we have an idea of like anybody wants to start drawing some kind of like terrain or like what kind of stuff where we're at with our community of dogs?
I think it'd be cool to do it in like the shadow of a mountain somewhere.
Okay. Okay. So the shadow of a mountain. I like that.
So Tara can start drawing that, right?
Yeah.
I'm
go
not
ahead.
very good at drawing environments, so
Hey, it's okay. Hey, we don't. This is a judgment-free stream about our art. That's mostly in my defense because I'm not that great.
Mine too.
I think it'll actually be
Yeah, we'll try
important
it.
that we don't draw like the best stuff.
Okay.
It's all very like iconic and
Yeah.
simple.
Hey, that's. I don't see how iconic and simple is it's not mutually exclusive with the best. So, I will draw the mountain then if nobody else will, unless Tara's already started.
I'll do it. It's just that my pen tool is like being weird about me choosing the color, but now it's okay. So I can get
Sure.
started.
Okay. So let's go. That's cool. We should be also like, so we're just kind of like, so we're on the side of a mountain. Some things we should consider as well is like, is there a stream or is there like some woods, that kind of stuff? Because whatever details we add to the map at the start, following which we will start coming up with some things called resources, which are either in abundance or scarcity that our community needs, and that can be physical or ideological or intangible. That's a better word I was looking for.
I think it would make sense to have a big lake at the bottom of the main mountain there.
Okay, yeah, like from the glaciers and such.
Yeah.
Place
That's
for
cool.
swimming and playing.
Oh, someone already drew it. But, all right. Well,
Cool. Well, I think around that lake will be a bunch of pine trees. It'll be the pine woods.
perfect.
So I'm gonna start drawing a bunch of trees.
It's a lovely place for a bunch of dogs.
I think maybe if you guys are cool with it, maybe the dogs call it the park.
Yes!
Aww.
Yes!
It's perfect.
Can there be a lot of frogs that hang out at the pond?
I do like
Yeah.
frogs. Plus, they rhyme with dogs. so.
Doggos and frogos.
I shouldn't have picked something that I have no confidence drawing, but
Nah, you're good.
gonna be some very angular frogs.
Yeah. Cool. So we got some woods, some craggy mountains.
I really like that frog. It's a good frog.
That's a great frog, Suzanne.
I'm
It's
just
a
gonna
great
copy
frog.
that and not draw another one.
Nailed it.
I'll help you with your trees because it might take a
Oh.
while.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. So that's good.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, I did a thing.
Ah, you're fine.
Awesome.
No, it's better now.
so good.
It's better than I ever intended.
Cool. Okay.
Okay, I can't.
So, are we about done with the terrain? Is there anything else anybody else wanted to add?
No, I think some stuff will be added as we play, right?
Yes, for sure. Just from the get-go right now, if there's anything we wanted to establish, then okay, cool. So, all right, then the next part is going to be our resources. Okay, so I'm gonna make I'll be keeping a list in the top right corner here of our starting resources. Some examples that of resources that could exist in our society are like clean water, a source of energy, protection from predators, adequate shelter, and food. Obviously, we can play with that as much. Like hope could be a resource. You can do what you want. Basically, we can kind of say If there's a resource that's important and it's already maybe not even listed on the screen here, go ahead and maybe you could draw something that symbolically represents that, right? And then when we're done doing that and making our list of our resources, we're going to be choosing some to be abundant and some to be scarce. Okay? And that's going to sort of set the initial tone to maybe like some possible drama. Okay, so let's go around and let's start naming some resources that are important. Something that you could consider this almost like flagging, like, hey, this might be an interesting conflict for something to be over during play, if that also helps.
So I drew a bone because I feel like in a dog community, bones would be a resource, and like you'd have to manage your bones, and probably there would be issues over sharing.
Are are bones currency or food? Or both?
I know. I was thinking about
or recreation.
Or recreation.
Or recreation.
Maybe that's why they're so valuable. Yeah, I like it.
That.
I like bones. That. I like bones being one.
I think protection, since we are in a conflict with the jackals, maybe protection from the jackals is a resource that we absolutely need.
Okay, yeah, protection from jackals. I like that. I'm gonna put the obvious one. I'm gonna put clean drinking water.
Resources can be.
What do you think? What do you think protects us? I'm sorry, Suzanne, to interrupt you.
No, you're fine.
I was just real quick. Dom, what do you think protects us from the jackals?
It might be as simple as like secrecy, like we're hiding from them, or
that's yeah.
I like
maybe
that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're just hiding from them. Something protects us that way. Okay.
Maybe another resource would be silence, or noise, depending. Like would be silence is the thing that we need. because the frogs are making a lot of noise.
I was gonna say we could have like the dogs like singing. If silence is the resource, then like there can be like communal singing, like the dogs singing and they sing with the frogs. But it's like you can't do it too much because then you'll alert the jackals. So it's like a special thing.
I will put that next to the protection from the jackals. I'll put silence as like sort of the how we are being protected. I like that a lot. Cool.
Could pets be a resource?
A scarcity of pets? Or
constant need for pets?
A resource? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pets. For sure. It's weird to say pets in an abstract context if someone just tunes in and watches it. Just like, why do dogs need their own dogs?
You could do it like scritches.
But yeah.
Scritches.
Scritch. Scritches and scrooches. Yes.
Yeah. And walks.
Yes. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to pick one of these resources that is currently in abundance and one of them that is currently scarce. Do we have any ideas?
I'd like if the bones or the scritches and scrooches and walks were scarce.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, I will mark. I'm kind of feeling the scritches and scrooches as a
Yeah.
Essentially, that's like existential fulfillment as a dog. So like,
it's care, right?
Yeah, it's care. So I'm just gonna make a little S's for scarce. And which one of these is in abundance?
Clean water?
Yeah.
Maybe that's like
with the lake.
Okay. Yeah.
So they're sad, wet dogs.
What?
Too true.
Aww.
Too true.
Why are they sad?
Because they don't have any scritches and scrooches and walks.
That's fair. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna point you guys real quick. So now we're basically ready to begin play. There's an easy little reference card that's brought over here into the game. This is going to be explaining what we do each quote unquote week. There's 52 cards in the deck. There's 52 weeks in a year. surprise. That's how the game is going to be doing. So we're going to be drawing a card at the start. Read what the card says, picking one of the options on the card, or just doing what it says. And then once we do that part, we update any projects that are going. And then the last thing you do is your action. And your action can be one of three things. It can be discovering something new, which means you're updating the map with a new situation or maybe a new hardship or something like that. You can hold a discussion, which allows us as dogs to get around, and as a community it's hard to actually hear what everyone wants. So holding a discussion is the only time you get to hear the opinions of a group. And the last one is start a new project. And then as a group we decide its duration. So that's basically how the game's going to be played. So the first thing we're going to be doing, so we're drawing first from the spring deck, and then the summer as they get exhausted, and is doing what it says. And we're just going to take turns literally going around in order. If you guys want, does anyone feel comfortable starting off? Because I would totally like to not hog the light here as someone who's played. I would rather someone else do it. But if you don't feel comfortable, I would be totally more than willing to start.
I can start off. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Cool. Suzanne?
Yay.
Cool. So the spring deck is the middle one, the second one from the bottom.
Okay.
Deal yourself one card and play it on screen for us.
Okay. I play this card.
I think you grabbed it from the autumn deck.
I apparently did. I apologize.
No problem. I will return that card.
Can you recall that? Oh, you know why? Sorry, I just assumed that
They would be in order, yeah.
Yep. The spring deck, which makes more sense.
Okay, I'll make it large for everybody to see.
What group has the highest status in the community? What must people do to gain inclusion in this group? Or are there distinct family units in the community? And if so, what structures are common? I like the first question.
Okay, yep. You get to choose either or here. So which question do you think is more interesting, and which one would you like to answer?
I think the first one is more interesting.
Okay.
I would like to answer that one.
Awesome. Let's do it. So, yeah. So now you either just explain it, or you can like tell us a story, like kind of like what happens in the group of the dogs, like what we see together. Maybe even update the map if there's something that the description changes something. And we proceed.
I think that pointy-eared dogs have higher stats in the community.
Whoa.
And young pups that aspire to join this higher status often use tree sap to try to
Get their ears.
pin their ears to make them all pointy like.
Oh.
It's very sticky.
It's the first of the game.
Yes.
First
Not
of
the
many.
last.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that. So are dogs. So the pointy-eared dogs are in the land in the land of doggos. The pointy-eared dogs are overlords, or at least have higher status.
Maybe because they're slightly taller.
Yeah. So here's something that now we can kind of also talk about in the game, and I'm going to do this in action to kind of show what happens. I'm going to take a contempt token. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to move all of our names to the very top. You guys won't see it, but I will make a little mark for everybody on you, so you three can see it. Do you see at the very top of the screen how I'm writing everyone's initials?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you want to take a contempt token, just put a token right up there. Okay? So what I'm doing is I'm taking a contempt token. You do not know why I'm taking a contempt token, because the only way you can find out is by doing a what do I call it? Hold a discussion, right? So because communities, this is like the big part of the game, and that's why I wanted to do this to explain. When you feel slighted, or like if you feel a group within the community is slighted in some way, like there's some discontent going with the the status quo, feel free to take a contempt token. I can always make more contempt tokens. Nothing happens if we run out. But it just shows that there's something discontent is in the community. So, but since we don't have time to talk about that when it's your turn, without a discussion, we don't know why. So there's this kind of just sits here, and in order to address that stuff, you can remove contempt tokens if you talk and you feel like, oh, that group feels a lot better about it or something like that, right? It's very just like judgmental. It's based on your own perceptions of how these things work or not. So I'm just representing right now. Now I'm going to totally like let you guys know right now without the communication kind of like breaking the game. But I'm saying I think short-haired dogs feel a little like you have your beagles, you have your basset hounds who have no chance, who are upset with this. So I'm grabbing a contempt token to reflect that. Going forward, I won't explain why I'm taking a contempt token if I do. Okay, but just letting you know, like that's what I'm thinking right now, and so that's why I'm grabbing one. You could have the same exact idea as me, and also grab one as well. It's not it's not only one person. Okay.
When I try to grab the token, it won't let me. I can do the dice, I can like move the dice and stuff, but I can't seem to grab it.
That's because I'm bad.
Yeah, you just gotta set it to be accessible. But yeah, you know what you're doing.
That's just because I'm a baddie. One second.
I thought it was me. Okay.
Nope. Okay, you should be able to grab these ones. Okay, so with that, let's just...
Thank you.
Yep, cool. So once we did that, Suzanne, it's still your turn. Since you have just played the card, you get to do one of those 3 actions again. Do you want me to read them off again, or do you just want to look at the reference card real quick and see what you can do, and then just kind of...
Yeah. Okay. One of those 3 actions you said. Okay. So I can discover something new, I can hold a discussion, or I can start a project. Okay, I will start a project.
Cool, I was hoping you would pick that.
Okay, which I think, I can decide what it is, or suggest
yeah.
it?
Yep, you get
Oh,
to...
as a group, it says. As a group, decide its duration. Oh, I see.
Yes, so projects can have a maximum of 6 weeks to complete, right? That would be like the longest thing in the world. That could be like building a giant boat and everyone living in the lake, or I don't know, right? Like we'll figure out like that should probably take this amount of weeks, right? The minimum is 1 week, which would mean it would occur the following one. But so like if you say it's yours, if you pick something that's 3 weeks, then it won't trigger until it's Dom's turn, right? Like if we're going in order from Suzanne, me, Tara, Dom, like if we're just like following the linearity of what's on screen. I should do that because they're things mirrored, but does that make sense?
Yeah. And if it's longer than 6 weeks, it can probably just be cut down into like parts that
are exactly. Right. Like in order to build a giant boat, like maybe we'd have to get a bunch of wood, so that I'm gonna start a project to chop down some trees. Or hire some beavers to do it or whatever. Right.
So I think our project will be, I'm open to feedback on this.
You do not get feedback from people.
Oh, I don't. Okay. All right. You do it as
Once again, it is a game of communities, so you are asserting something into the game, and we can only respond by nothing or taking contempt tokens.
Cool. I think we will, I suggest we start a project of game of ears, where we all compete in a tournament among the dogs to decide who is the best doggo. And maybe the winner gets scritches and scrooches and walks.
Ooh.
Oh. So the best doggo. That's a great project. Could you go ahead and grab one of those dice for me, please?
Yes. Okay.
Us as a group have to figure out how long this project should take.
Do I put it anywhere?
Yeah, you can put it anywhere in the map. It's usually where it's happening in the world. So where do you think this competition would be happening? Also, you can totally maybe modify the map a little bit, showing like this is the start of the project, but then also maybe fictionally color it, maybe why. Otherwise, it could be just discovering something new, right? So what do you think, if anything, has changed by having this best doggo? Have you brought it down here at the status one? Oh man, look at you guys drawing down here. I didn't even see this because I was zoomed in.
Drawing a trophy.
Okay. Yeah, do we think 2 weeks? to
2
determine?
weeks sounds
Yeah, a
good to me.
2-week. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Focusing on drawing the perfect ear trophy.
Cool. So the top doggo, it's going to take 2 weeks. Cool. All right. Your turn's done. So then it would go from Suzanne back over around to me. Or actually, no, let's just do it in the order of what's on screen here. That's actually way better. Dom, I'm sorry. Dom, you go ahead.
Okay.
Because then this is just, we're just going to do this way.
All right, let's do this. I draw a spring card, right?
Yes. Only now that I'm zoomed out, I have to move everyone's tokens. I'm sorry.
How do I put it in the game?
It probably went to your hand, which is in the bottom left, or wherever your name is.
Okay.
All you have to do is just grab it and throw it on screen, and I will enlarge it. Oh,
There you
you
go.
were nice. Cool.
All right. So there is a disquieting legend about this place. What is it? Or alarming weather patterns destroy something. How and what? Huh. I think the legend question is more interesting to me. So let's say there is a story that starts circulating about a giant doggo that was once roaming in these lands, and it was the best doggo. So it might be good to figure out how he lived somehow.
I like that.
So
The myth of the best doggo.
yeah, and
Like that.
we maybe we see some drawings of the giant doggo on the mountain, which is why we
Whoa,
started talking about it.
Oh,
that's cool.
I like that a lot. That's cool. Good one. The great doggo. Cool.
All right.
So cool.
All right, then it comes to me and then Tara. So I'm draw one card.
Oh wait, I still have a.
Oh my God! Yeah, I totally jumped ahead. You have your action.
Yeah.
So the project clock ticks down.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes to 1. One more turn to go.
Okay.
And now you have your action.
And my action will be to. I think we need to see what's happening around in the world. So I'm gonna start an exploration of the mountain to try to reach a good viewing position. I think it will be like a pretty long expedition. It's probably like 4 weeks.
Ooh, okay. That sounds good. I like that.
Okay.
Go ahead and grab one of the dice, and like I showed you before, but if to set it to 4.
There you go. All right.
Cool. Do you guys have access of clicking on the token itself? I'm just wondering if you click on the token, can you see there's a name field?
On the token?
No. If you click the token, do you get edit token that shows up?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just
If you double click.
yeah.
Double click. Yeah.
Yes,
Cool.
also.
Cool. So if you want, you can put in the name field, expedition or something like that. And if you check the show nameplate, it will show up next to the die, just as a way of marking, reminding us what that project is as well.
Okay.
Just for more visual aids. It's a cool project. All right. So to climb to get a good view. Okay. Now after I was so rude, it is my turn.
It's fine.
Deal 1 card to me. Why is my hand showing? Okay. The 6 of Hearts. Spring. Are there children in the community? If there are, what is their role in the community? Or how are the oldest members of the community? How old are the eldest members of the community? What special needs do they have? Oh, I'm definitely doing the latter. As much as I love puppers, we're doing the gray. What do we call them? Are they the gray snouts?
I like that. That's a good name. The Gray
That's pretty great.
Snouts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think there's three major gray snouts. There's a chocolate lab, a German shepherd, and a basset hound. Or excuse me, a bloodhound. Bloodhound. That's the droopy one. The droopy one is the one I was thinking of. Yeah. And they are the three oldest doggos that led the group through. They're the last ones who remember really like the Great War with the jackals, and they are treated, despite not having pointed ears. Like even the German Shepherd's ears have drooped now with age. They are treated with the utmost respect. They get the choicest of the bones. I think that is for one of them to sniff your butt is a huge sign of respect. So that's a big deal. So I'm actually going to draw a little like grove, and I'm gonna say it's the grove of the graybeards, or I say graybeards, gray snouts. Right.
What were the three races? I can write them down so we can.
Yeah,
kind of
German Shepherd, Chocolate Lab, and Bloodhound. So I'm just gonna draw right here. There's a little like clearing, right, and it gets some pretty good sun, and the dogs just love to sleep there, right. Like at any given moment, there's like the three of them in like different parts of this field, just with their bellies out, right, just like absorbing all that sun, being little sleep dogs.
Perfect.
I love the way these dogs are coming up.
So that is that. Project clocks tick down. Suzanne, your project is over. So my turn gets interrupted for a moment as you describe the resolution of your project. So what happens with the great doggo competition?
The Doggo games come to a stellar ending. One young pupper, surprisingly young, comes out as champion. He's a mere 2 years old. And it kind of marks his shift from pupper to doggo status, especially since he is now the best doggo. He has achieved that title.
What kind of breed is the doggo?
He's a corgi. Of course he is. And I think his pointy ears, really helped him reach that final hurdle and just completely win. He won in a tug-of-war competition. He bested everyone. His growls were the fiercest, and he was declared the best doggo.
Okay. Cool. Do they get any special treatment? Do they get like a special place? Like, basically what I'm asking is, does the map change in any way now that we have declared the first good doggo competition?
I don't know if the map changes.
It doesn't have to. I'm just saying that because I'm gonna like fade back from doing that as a facilitator, moving on, but just like when you finish a project, you're allowed to update the map based on the completion of the project or failure of the project, and that's something that's available to you as an option as a player. And so, but if it doesn't happen, it's just something fictional that happens and occurs, then that's totally cool too.
I think this just occurs.
Okay, cool. Dom, I ticked down your project. You still have 3 more weeks to go.
Perfect.
Cool. Now I get to pick something, and I'm going to describe something. I'm gonna do something new. Something that has yeah. There are there are signs of something else prowling these woods. No one has seen it, but they smell it. It smells feline.
Oh no!
It's not a jackal. At first everyone thought it was a jackal, but upon further sniffs, it's a cat of some kind, and it's in these woods. No one has seen it, so I'm gonna draw a little gray little blurb over here in the woods to represent the mystery animal.
Cue the dramatic music.
Dun,
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 dun.
dun.
Yeah. Cool. All right. My turn is done.
So that means it's my turn.
Mhm.
So I will draw a spring card. Where do you go?
Put it to your hand, and you need to drag it into the game itself.
Yeah.
How do I do that? Where is my hand? Oh, I see it. I see it.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to drag it into the game.
You have to click your hand and then drag the card.
Ah, thank you. Can I enlarge it some way?
Yes, I gotcha.
Oh, thank you. Oh. A young pupper starts digging in the ground and discovers something unexpected. What is it? Or an old, what do we call them? A gray snout confesses to past crimes and atrocities. What has he done? Obviously, I'm going with the gray snout atrocity. Okay. So it is revealed that. Oh, but see, now I don't want to get the dog in trouble. But also, for the sake of storytelling, the Labrador gray snout, Mr. Wrinkles, has officially confessed that not only did he steal a number of the community's shared bones, which are only supposed to be, allocated, especially, not only did he hoard them, but he actually kept the community in danger for years, despite having known that there was a presence in the woods beside the jackals for a long time. And he's put us all in grave danger.
No!
Mr. Wrinkles.
Mr.
Wrinkles
Wrinkles!
has let us down.
Wow, what a bad boy. He gets time out. Oh. Cool. The project clocks tick down. So I will go ahead and I'll help you out, Dom. I'll do that one. Still got 2 more weeks for that one.
Mhm.
And Tara, it's your project. It's not your project. It's your action turn.
I think I will start a project. And I think it's that in the wake of the news of Mr. Wrinkles, the longest-eared dogs, the bloodhounds, are going to band together to try and seek out the presence in the woods in order to protect their community and to stand together.
Oh.
So I'm going to, I imagine it will be a 2-week adventure.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to choose my side. And I'm going to plant it. We'll start at the beginning at like the edge of the woods.
Okay.
And I'll draw some paw prints leading into the woods.
Oh.
And that'll be the expedition.
Oh, that's awesome. Perfect. Cool. Okay. Then it goes back to Suzanne.
Okay. Oh. Sorry. I froze for a second. All right. Let's draw this guy. Where's the... I'm sorry. I'm having trouble enlarging it for some reason. I don't seem to have access to that.
Yeah, I think it's only
sizer.
It might be a GM thing.
Yeah. Okay. A charismatic young girl convinces many to help her with an elaborate scheme. What is it? Who joins it? And I must start a project to reflect. Or a charismatic young girl tries to tempt many into sinful or dangerous activity. And how does the community respond? Well,
If you do the first one, it's not your action. It'll be like an extra project.
oh,
Yes.
wow. That's pretty cool. I actually have a fun idea for the first one. So I'm going to do the extra project move, which is the charismatic young pup, who is clearly a Jack Russell, discovers that it's really, really fun to play leapfrog with the frogs. However, the frogs aren't really into this, but she says that they should do it anyway. And she starts, makes it a new game and popularizes it. Wart hopping, she calls it. She coins the term. And starts getting everybody to play with her.
All right.
And so I guess that's the project, is the forming of the wart hopping tournament. I'm doing a lot of tournaments. Yeah.
A league.
A league.
Cool. Cool. How long do we think that project should go? 2 weeks? The other one was 2 weeks.
Definitely 2 weeks. And on the map where the frogs are, I'm just going to make it clear that we're hopping over them if I can get my color to change. It really doesn't want to change. It's angry at me.
Of course. And then once we have that, you can go ahead and grab one of those dice and set it to 2.
Okay. This is important, though.
Mm-hmm.
We're hopping over them. That's all we're doing.
The rest of the projects tick down 1.
I lowered mine.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. And then Suzanne, you have your turn. Once again,
Oh,
you could discover something new, start a new project, or hold a discussion.
I think it's time to hold a discussion. And
Well,
I think the question is whether we should be condoning the usage of SAP in the way that it's currently used to make floppy ears pointy. I think some people think that it's going against the natural order of things, that it's artificially joining that higher society. And then some people think that everyone, no matter how floppy their ears are, should be given the opportunity to join. And I'm curious what others think.
Okay, then we go in order. Dom?
I think all the young dogs are very open to this because that's all they dream about, is to be part of the high class of dogs.
Cool. Yeah, I think the Dobermans are very against this, as well as the shepherds.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot of discontent around this hierarchical status in the dog community, and those that sit in between are choosing a more rebellious front altogether and thinking of ways to undermine and overthrow the pointy-eared dogs.
Wow.
Yeah, it's dark.
Cool.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah. Okay. Suzanne, you do not get a chance to put in feedback to your own question.
Okay.
You just get to hear what everyone gets to say. Thank you for choosing that one. Okay. Then that turns over. It's to Dom.
Yep. Let's do this. Boop. All right. Pretty basic question. Where does everyone sleep? Who is unhappy with this arrangement and why? Or what natural predators roam this area? Are you safe? I think I'm gonna go with the first one. Where does everyone sleep? Just so we start adding stuff to the map to kind of show what our community is like.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we found a bunch of caves in the mountain. Let me start drawing. And there's a limited amount of space, sadly. So the pointy-eared dogs are starting to say that they deserve to be there because they're leading the pack. So that's mostly where they sleep, and then the rest of the dogs are just sleeping outside under a tree. And I'm gonna draw a little cave.
So what I'm going to do is I went ahead and added space in the caves as a scarcity, or I could just put shelter. But if I was smart, but alas. There.
All right. Bunch of cave.
Yeah. Cool.
Sorry, was everybody happy with it? With that arrangement?
No, the non-pointy-eared people are obviously unhappy with
Okay,
this.
gotcha.
All right. I think my project takes down to 0. Also, Tara's, right?
Yes. I think yours goes first because I think it was the longer one.
Yeah. So I'll remove the dice.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What do we see from the top? We did manage to reach the top with a lot of effort because we don't have thumbs to actually climb. So it's all about like hopping. It's not great. So as we reach the top, we see that it's a lot of rocky terrain on the other side of the mountain. And we kind of hide right away because we see there's a tower that is not too far from the mountain. And it's scary. So we go back down.
Cool.
Yeah. So Tara.
So the Bloodhound Gang, as they're formally known in the
Nice.
was unsuccessful in finding the source of this catastrophe. They were unable to locate the source of the smell, though they know now that there are several sources of cat that are in and around the woods. And there's evidence that they have been stealing bones from the doggos.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh my god, and preying on frogs. What am I even saying? Obviously killing off the frogs.
Oh no, who will they play with?
Exactly. It's a tragedy.
I have a question about how contempt works.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really get the concept of contempt. And I haven't taken any.
It's if you think there is a group or at least one member of the community who would be upset with either the direction that the community is going, a decision they made, or something that they're doing. Like for example, if there were dogs you think that going to the top of the mountain is dangerous and risky, they shouldn't be doing that. They should be playing with the puppers. Take contempt. right?
Okay.
You can take it when you want it. If you feel like one of your issue was alleviated or an issue was alleviated, you can remove contempt.
And you don't announce when you do that. You just
No, you just do
do
it.
it as an. Okay,
Yes.
cool. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Do it.
It'd be helpful if you just say, I take a token.
Yeah.
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 All right. I'm taking a token.
I see it also as a way to express yourself as a player. So if one of your ideas or your projects or your concepts was not taken into account, you can kind of do it in terms of like, hey, don't forget that I'm not a part of this.
You don't feel part of the community. Yeah.
Nice.
Exactly.
Right.
It's sort of a meta tool too.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. So real quick, Tara, did the map get changed at all?
Good question. Did the map get changed at all?
And was it how many, or was it just one?
Let's say that there are 4 distinct cat smells.
Okay.
And maybe we locate a new field behind where it's like a high grass, cattails everywhere in this field behind the forest. I will draw that.
Awesome. I like that a lot.
Okay, so I do have an action because that was only like the completion of my project.
No, does Suzanne's project? No, that only goes down to 1.
No,
right?
I ticked it down to 1 this time.
Yes. Okay.
So my project will be the pointy-eared dogs are kind of getting tired of everybody just doing whatever they want, like jumping over frogs and whatever. So so they start implementing a guard system that like a police dogs that are going to start trying to impose law in the area, in the park.
I am taking a contempt token.
Contempt has been taken.
And I'm gonna show that on the map by doing a little police station.
The Doggo police.
Amazing.
Police.
I also took a contempt token.
No problem.
Awesome.
That's some puppy poop right there.
It'll just be like a bunch of dead trees strung together, like that they're gonna set up, and they're gonna organize law there. I think it should take a few weeks to build that and try to figure out what the laws are.
Yeah. See if I was a good boy, I would have made contempt tokens poop. That's really good.
Let's say 3 weeks for that. It's hard to establish a justice system, a law system.
Cool. And now that is your turn.
Yeah.
All right. Comes to me. I thought I told Roll20 to deal it to me. Whatever. Okay. Someone new arrives who, or 2 of the community's younger members get in a fight. What provoked them? I'm picking the former. I know exactly what this is. So, who did we establish was doing the patrols around the town?
The Bloodhound Gang.
The Bloodhound Gang, yeah. So the Bloodhound Gang are the first ones to encounter the poodle, is what I would say.
Oh, snap.
The poodle also is obviously a stranger. Was not part of the members who fought with the jackals, right? The poodle comes very clean. His claws are not, or her claws are not dulled or sharp, from a lot of rocks and stuff. They're neatly close and filed. Her hair is clean, does not smell of the woods, of mud, it smells of flowers. It smells of smoked meats. Around her neck, adorned, is a beautiful amulet with something dangling down beneath it. A collar. the dog says it's or the poodle. I should give it a name. Something obviously French. A good name for a French. I mean, I don't want to say princess because like that's Contessa. Would Contessa be okay?
Yeah.
Is that a good French poodle name? Yeah.
That's
Widowmaker.
Nice. Yeah, let's go with I like Contessa. So like on the necklace says Contessa, and says that she got out chasing some smells of cats, and wanted to come out and see what's going on here. It says that she belongs to a human, whatever that is. That's over in that tower that you just saw. Before... Oh, I gotta go. I think I hear my human calling. And it's near dinner time. So there's a stranger dog that lives in the tower with a human. And that's my turn.
Is it Gargamel? Sorry, my cat wants to come say hi.
Oh, of course. That's more than welcome.
This is Burb.
Burb. Oh, I'm a cat.
Oh, look at that cat.
He's such a suck.
Wow.
He's like, hello.
Hey, cat.
Okay.
I'm a cat.
It's got a handsome face.
Cool. All right. The project clocks tick down. So Suzanne, the project of jumping over the frogs finishes.
Okay. The league has come to an end. The league was dissolved by by the Bloodhounds, the Bloodhound gang, who decided that it was part of their duties to watch over the frogs that share this space with the doggos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. And for my action, I'm going to do discovering something new. The frogs have not been able to forgive the dogs for their transgressions. The frogs are leaving.
No.
The frogs are spending more time in the water and on different parts of the shore rather than their nice little rocky escarpments that they tended to rest on.
Oh no.
All because of the jumping. Okay.
Damn you, Jack Russell.
So, with that being said, it's near the top of the hour from once we started. So we're gonna go ahead and take our first break, everybody. We're gonna be back in about 5 minutes. So stretch your legs, get some water, get a little snack, be a good boy, get yourself a treat from your owner, and we'll be back and we'll see you on the other side, everybody. So take care.